Hi, I'm Jenny Rojas. A lot of you might remember me from being in your schools over the years. I currently live in Mexico, as you can see by my hacienda kitchen. And you can probably hear the birds because it's early morning here and they are everywhere. I'm currently working with the Teacher Training Center, where I coordinate the EAL certification program. I teach all 3 courses, and I also am conducting workshops for Knowledge Source Institute, which is why we're here today. The reason I've designed the course that I'm doing that's upcoming, it's called EAL Coaching, One Advocacy Goal at a Time, is because over the years, as I was working with international schools, I saw a changing demography. And where schools were originally designed for students who spoke English, there was a slow growth of English language learners, or multilingual learners, as we call them today. And then there was also a very strong growth of international schools that were opened specifically to entice all multilingual learners, or what we call nationals. They're particularly strong in Asia region. The session that we're doing is to help us rethink the way we've done things in the past so that we can be more responsive to our new population. I'm thinking of programs, and I'm thinking of paradigms, and I'm thinking of policies. I'm thinking of instructional practices. I'm thinking of ways of assessment. And before the course starts, I'm sending out a rubric where each participant will be able to look at those areas in their own schools to see how they're doing. And hopefully they'll come thinking these are the areas where we can grow, and let's all think together about how we can get that work done. The course has 5 sessions over a 2-week period. It starts on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then a Monday and Wednesday. Halfway through the course, we're also going to give the participants what we call a coaching inventory. Now, I'm not thinking of coaching with a capital C here. I'm not thinking of a job title with the word coach in it. I'm thinking of a person who wants to make a change, and so has a change idea, a seed, and is going to think about how to bring out the coach inside of them, or the leadership that's already inside of us, to do that kind of work. The goals will be measurable. They'll be instant, because if we try to do everything all at once, we'll all get frustrated and then nothing will ever change. The rubric in the beginning of the course looks at the school, the macro features. The coaching inventory looks at the micro features inside of every participant. What are my strengths? Where are my areas of growth? And my example for myself that I've had to work on over my years of teaching in public schools and private schools internationally, and then being a coach in schools, is my emotional advocacy overtakes my intellectual advocacy. So when I get really angry, people know it. And I've really had to work on that, because when a coach has anger, obviously people tend to run away. And so then you can't have effective conversations. You try to learn how to self-manage that emotion and just temper and remind yourself that you're really trying to coach for change for participants, and that you can't not mandate what other people do. You can just model it. And that reminds me of being a leader. The sessions will be 2 hours long, and there'll be a breakout. So there'll always be a breakout during the 2 hours so that we can meet in small groups, which I will also drop in on. Who's going to come? I think about this all the time. Who tends to come are EAL specialists. But I'm also going to invite classroom teachers who are passionate about improving learning for the students who are in their classes, especially all students, but also students who are multilingual, and especially classroom teachers who may not have previous training, or who have previous training that may be a little outdated. And I'm also going to ask school leaders to come, because none of this work can get done without you. And school leaders have to build the conditions, and also have to think about how to institutionalize those conditions so that we are not redoing everything all over again every single year. Now that I'm semi-retired, I think to myself, we must institutionalize responsive conditions for multilingual learners, and only school leaders can get that work done. So I invite EAL specialists, classroom teachers, K through 12, and school leaders. Thank you. See you then.